What is steeping? Steeping just means leaving your freshly made e-liquid in a cool dark place for a period of time to allow the flavours to develop. Think of it like aging a whiskey. As it matures, the flavours change slightly. Usually though, the maximum steep time you'll ever see for an e-liquid is about a month and not 20 years like a whiskey. I like to think that the steeping process starts as soon as you've finished adding everything to the mix. Effectively, it's just the time you've got to wait before you can vape it.
2,000 years later.
The first decision is how you agitate this mixture. In my last video I just said shake the absolute balls off it, however some people like to use frothers, magnetic mixers, ultrasonics, or even homemade mixing machines like Eli user 50 Years of Cigars, who made a great one, as you can see on screen and it'll be linked in the description. Generally speaking, the more advanced methods are used to reduce the time taken between mixing and vaping. You may hear about people using heat to further speed up the steeping process. Again, this is a large debate. In future videos we will look at all these techniques in greater detail. For the new mixer though, I would still suggest just shaking the bottles. As you can see by my poll on ELR, 57% of people who voted, including myself, solely use this method. It's simple, it doesn't cost anything, and even pro mixers like Kenaware just shake. Another debate is which bottles do you use. Now I'm not talking about the size of the bottle, but rather the material it's made out of. This can be plastics like LDPE, HDPE, PET, or bottles made out of glass. Check out my Battle of the Bottles video for more information on this. Now we wander into the part most people call steeping, that is leaving it in a cool dark place for a period. Some people think you should leave the cap off, this is often called breathing, while others just throw it straight into a dark drawer for a week. In my experience, it changes by recipe. I found that anything advertised as a shake and vape always tastes nicer after leaving it to steep for a day or two. You find that any of what I like to call the thick flavours like custards and creams require a lot longer steeps, as do some of the tobacco flavourings. Bear in mind though that when you're steeping, light is your enemy, so you may want to invest in a steeping tin. Always read the notes on the recipe, as the suggested steep times help you get the best out of your mix. The temptation is there to try a new mix straight away. We've all done it, so don't be put off if it tastes not really that good. Let it steep and then try it again. What's happening during steeping? Well, the science behind what's going on is not actually that simple. As such, I'm going to dedicate a full video to it on the science of steeping that will be linked in the description below. Just remember, there's no real right or wrong way to do any of this, just the way that works for you. This is why it's very important to have a notebook that you can use to record anything that went well or that was a complete disaster. Always make sure to stay safe, and if you've got any questions or thoughts, please drop a comment below. Thanks for watching. If this is your first time here, please check out my channel, as there's a lot of other videos like this.